In porn history news, submitted by, hey, look at all the people we got here.
Josh! Two Joshes! Segoi!
For all you people in the comments, for all you people in the comments.
Segoi means you're great.
I know!
Oh, okay.
I'm great.
Oh, I see, okay.
For all you people in the comments saying that Josh is Josh is Josh is Josh, look, they all have names.
I usually don't get Josh though. It's usually those two get Josh.
But you also
I don't
have
get
facial
Josh.
hair.
For the first time in JK News history, we have 3 black people on JK
Oh, is that
News.
for real?
Is it the first time?
Because it was only like Bose and maybe that other dude.
I know
but
sometimes
it's only
we had two.
that captures two.
Sometimes, yeah.
Individually, we've had Bose, we've had Ricky Shucks, we've had Daystorm at
Are
some
you gonna name all the black people who have come on this channel?
Oh no, all the Def Jam people. That's what I was saying with 2. We've had 2 at a time.
individually, but never 3 on camera together.
Yeah.
But now we have 3, so look at this. The editor session of JK News. It's fucking lit, dude.
And we also have 2 Filipinos.
That's what I am.
And 1 Japanese man. Just me? Okay.
I have no Japanese blood at all.
Just me, okay. Alright.
At all.
I was trying to figure out a way to insert myself into this conversation.
But I most recently was in Japan, so that's the connection.
Nice, me too. Look at that, we're basically the same person.
Yeah. That's how I knew to call him out on his Segoi over there, because I was like, what are you saying over there?
But anyway, to the story. Protective dad asks daughter's boyfriend what his porn history is like. Because this girl is dating this guy obviously, and then when he met the parents, he gave him a questionnaire to talk about a couple questions. Let's see if I can load it up.
While he's loading that up, what kind of fathers would you guys be? Would you guys be really protective of your daughters, or?
I see, yeah.
I think I troll the shit.
What do you mean by protective?
Like, would you be like, you have a curfew, you can't like watch this fucking shit, or?
I think I feel like as long as you have a good communication with your kid, then you don't have to be as protective.
Yeah.
I'm too introspective, so I feel like my kid would take advantage of that. They would just give me some kind of question of like, well, Dad, would you do this? And then like, I would just sit there and just stare into space.
And you would like spiral off into a corner and be like, all right, cool, now I can do what I want.
100%, like my kid would take advantage of me. 1,000%.
Being your kid, he would know how to push your buttons.
Oh, she transitioned.
Sorry, she, whatever. The child that you have, whatever gender that they are, would have figured out how to press your buttons.
Excuse me, how dare you assume they even have a gender, Ryan?
Oh my god. All right, so whatever. Yeah, they, right? They is safe. They is safe. Whatever they are.
Is JK News getting canceled for like the 8th time? Is this what's happening?
I feel like we should have a fucking chalkboard times that we've had. It's just like, or days without cancellation.
Days without cancellation.
We just put it over Bart 10 and it'd be like,
To represent zeros in Bart's face.
a solid 30 days, everybody.
Bart hasn't done anything. We're good.
So, in case you guys can see that, it's a paper list, but I'm gonna have Antoine read off.
Let's go.
The different
All right,
questions
so-
and imagine yourself getting this list as, you know, dating somebody.
Yeah,
Getting
like I
this
just
list.
dated a girl. I got this from her father.
Yeah.
Number 1, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Dead.
I would say that's okay. That's an okay question.
That's a fair-
That's a fair
pretty
one,
normal
especially
question,
if you're trying to be serious with my daughter. I
Yeah.
want to know what you have planned.
Fair.
2, what qualities do you see in my daughter that makes you think she will make a good wife?
Her butt.
Also fair.
Devin,
If you say that, you are out of my house. You are out of my house. Get the fuck out of here.
But what if he
How
justified
would you
it?
react to that as like, let's say like a teenager though? Wife? Hold on. I have only known her for 3 days. I think we held hands once.
Assuming it's teenager? Because I think we're assuming it's teenager, but we don't know if it's teenager or not.
I think it's teenager.
I'm imagining controlling dad.
It has to be teenager at the oldest college or something like that.
Hopefully if you're in college, your dad isn't like this anymore.
It doesn't say.
my
But
guess-
the assumption would be teenager.
my
right?
guess is teenager.
I mean, I've seen it. I'm not saying it doesn't happen.
That's actually the same thing I got. I dated a Christian Christian girl, and these Christian girls that were in middle school.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if they want to be named, but that was one of the questions that you would
It
get.
starts with an A, ends with a sh.
Don't do this thing. Don't do that. But he asked that question of like, what are your intentions with my daughter? Like, do you expect this to go somewhere? Because in the Christian faith,
Did they mention marriage?
no, that's what they was. The direct marriage wasn't coming, but that was alluded to because it's like if you're going to be with my daughter. In the Christian faith, you are supposed to want to.
You're supposed to be courting.
Yeah, you're supposed to be courting for marriage.
Interview where you're like, all right, this relationship is not worth it. I'm out of here.
And that's exactly why the next day I was like, yo, I'm not really that serious about you.
I'm imagining, like, in like my film brain, he's like, what are your intentions with my daughter? And then it just goes into Antoine's brain, and then you just see this fucking like baseball bat just down, smashing, and then you know that scene from Office Space where they're all beating up the printer and the printer.
Oh my god!
And so their virginity is just like.
I was done. I was like, I'm not trying to be in that life, buddy.
The talk you have with her is like, yeah, here's the hotness scale and how much I want to deal with.
Yeah.
You're not that far up this scale for me to deal with this much problem.
The segue to happen. The next question, number 3, is what are your intentions with my daughter?
Oh.
So far, these are all pretty reasonable. I would say.
think number 2
To teach her about life.
The other two was 5 years, and then the second one was, do you see my daughter being a good wife?
Oh, do you see her being a good wife?
She's a fucking bitch.
then in the intentions, number 4.
By the way, the title of this is called Son-in-Law Material.
Oh yeah. The top is son-in-law material. Number 4, how well can you provide for a wife and family? Again, if this is high school
or high school, even at college.
Yeah.
Even at college, like
That one's a little bit too much. That one's a little bit, and this is the huge one. Number 5, what is your history with pornography? That's when I'd be like, oh, I don't want to deal with this family whatsoever.
It's also like none of your fucking business. Like, dude, what is your history with pornography? Like,
What if he was trying to connect? Be like, you show me yours, I'll show you mine. Here's my hard drive, punk.
You know what's funny about that? Again, I just came back from Japan. I went to the Osaka Harry Potter land, and there was a conductor
getting
there.
weirder and weirder.
It was fucking. I was uncomfortable.
Did he show you his wand?
He almost went there.
Oh my god!
Like literally, but he in the way he was talking made me very. So he was
from Harry Potter land?
It was a guy from Harry Potter land at the Hogwarts Express, one of the conductors, whatever, right? He was there standing. He came to us and was like, "Oh, what are you guys doing here?" And we're like, "Oh, we just came from Osaka." He's like, "Oh, everybody talks about this strange place called Osaka." Ha ha ha! And I was like, "Oh, he's playing a character, really cool."
Japanese Disney people.
He was American or British or whatever he was. He was the import. He was a white dude, which is pretty good. Which is funny about the theme park is that they actually put the appropriate race there. So like they had Marilyn Monroe. It was a white chick that was Marilyn Monroe. It wasn't a Japanese. There actually wasn't that many Japanese workers there because it was Universal Studios.
Right.
Except for the Jaws one. Jaws, that's off topic. But Jaws, the lady there was so great. I don't know what the hell she was saying, but she was like, "Oh my god!" Blah, blah, blah. She, like shooting everything. The best one ever. If you guys ever go to there, go to the Jaws experience. But anyway, the guy comes up and goes like, "Have you guys heard of this thing they call hentai?" And we're like,
Whoa!
"You went off character like really quickly."
Or just like, whoa.
Yeah, and I looked around and I'm like, wait, what are you?
This wouldn't have happened in Disneyland.
Yes, exactly.
This is where the porn begins.
And then I was like, okay, he's just trying to be funny, like, haha, like, cause Osaka, we're in a place where they have hentai. And then he went further, and then he was like, yeah, they also have this thing, like, this thing that jerks yourself off. Like, what's the name of that thing?
It's called the shake weight.
Fleshlight.
Fleshlight, but it's a specific thing in, something like that. It was called that.
Tenga.
Yeah, is it called Tenga? Yeah, he's like, yeah, and there's a thing called Tenga. You can do it when you want to have alone time. I was like, okay, now you've crossed the line. I'm officially creeped out by you guys.
You're on the train. He's like, "Where are you going?" "Oh, to blah blah blah." "By the way, hentai."
Yes!
It was
Was
just
he trying
like
to
he
sell
jumped
you the
straight
device?
into
I
it.
think he was trying to like relate to us, which is why when you said that, I was like, I think the father relating. I was like, but I was like, why us? Why do you think we're because we're like American or something?
He was trying to make you a wizard. He was trying to make you a wizard.
You know what's so funny about
He was
that?
coming at you like Dumbledore.
Hey. Dumbledore was gentle with Harry. He was gentle with Harry. Hey, but funny thing, Harry Potter fans, if you want to do this, change the word wand to penis. You'll have so much fun with.
Have you read all 7 books?
Ron, come over here, touch
No, I
my
haven't
wand.
changed it. But just like the few passages,
Right.
like Harry's penis spewed a bunch of sparks.
I feel like there should be an app for this.
Out of Harry's penis came a deer.
But yeah, the relating thing. That's what the whole thing came from. I was creeped out. I was like, bro, okay, I'm done talking to you. Like I literally checked out. I was like looking around, looking this way. My friend was still talking to him. I'm like, yeah.
He's like, do you have your one-way ticket to Pound Town?
That was probably the third thing he was about to say. But anyway.
Oh, sucker me, oh, sucker you.
Get fired, I might as well have just gone for it at that point.
Oh, this actually doesn't even have the full list, but 5 is the main thing.
Yeah, what's after that, though? Does it get-
the other ones get normal-ish. Like, are there any activities that you two enjoy doing
That's a
together?
trap.
That's a trap. That's a trap.
But guys, what do you think the conversation would be like?
Like afterwards?
No,
Like,
just like, hey, what's your porn history? Like if they had that conversation.
Well, no, that's why you wrote it down so you didn't have to
Then
say
you
it.
run. You get the fuck out of there and don't look back.
though, what would you say?
Did they lock the doors?
Like, let's say for instance you're in the locked room and he says, hey, you ain't leaving. You cannot get out. You have to tell me what stuff you put in like the porn history.
I mean, at that point, you're lying, right? You're sitting there and you're lying about. You're already lying about everything up to that point.
throw out so he would just
So to get out.
yeah to get out.
I actually would show it.
You would show it.
Whoa.
Because my porn history is not that bad.
Oh, okay.
I'm mostly into amateur.
Again, that's not the point.
I know it's not the point.
Yeah.
But like, I think I would pass his test.
I don't care. Well, I don't know, man.
I think I would pass his test.
He's not asking you what's your favorite category. No, he's just saying what's your relationship with porn. And
Oh, that's true, actually. Yeah, what's your history with porn? It's not like literally like we
Oh, you're right.
we got off on the
I got
tangent.
trapped.
We got off on the tangent.
Yeah. I forgot he was Catholic.
You would not pass the test.
thing, like if he's asking you these questions, he's probably like a heavily religious like dad who's like super protective. So he's not telling you to be like.
I don't watch. What's porn? No, what's porn?
Yeah, what's porn?
That would be a lot right there.
No, you
But your response is, hey, you want to watch it together?
No, not together. I'm just saying I would write amateur, but that would be the wrong answer.
No. What about the pro shit? Come on.
What if he's
It's too fake, the pro shit.
What if he's porn vegan though? Like, what if he's straight up like, all right, well, you know, I liked my pornography to be female directed. That way, you know, we get away from all the racial stereotypes and the abuse of women, as well as a lot of homegrown stuff. So it's like, you know, American. There needs to be equal consent, and you know, like I like when there's not animal-based products in it.
He might appreciate that.
He's like, hey, you put a lot of thought.
I feel like his brain would just melt. He's just like, you said a lot of good things mixed in with the things that I have a deep moral conviction about, and then just like maybe keel over and die.
Exactly. Gaslight the crap out of him. That way he doesn't actually look at your history, because I would.
Your history.
My problem with that is that if I listen to that, I'd be like, it's the exact opposite of what you're saying, and you said animal-based products. I don't think I want to know what you're listening to or watching anymore. What are these animal-based products that you're watching?